to another segment of Keep It Real with Coldwell Banker EvenBay Real Estate. Michael Stevens here today. I know we always talk about real estate industry topics, but we're going to bring in some guests that are going to be able to help homeowners in everyday life. Today's guest, we're going to specialize in home security. Today we have Bill Barna here, owner of Bolo Stick. Bill, give us a little bit about your knowledge and your experience and your resume.
Fantastic. Yeah, my name is Bill Barna, and I've been a police officer for 33 years. Retired in November, so now I am exclusively doing Bolo Stick, where we manufacture active shooter door barricades to protect kids in schools. Primarily is how we started, Mike. And we're nationwide now in 40 states and 4 different countries, protecting students and staff against active shooter threat.
Wow.
So prevent unwanted entry into classrooms and offices.
Wow, it's been very successful with the Bolo Stick in general.
More than I would have imagined.
Wow, that's great. I know you're passionate in it. Not only is a friend of the family, but has just an incredible resume and incredible experience. And you've taken that experience into your company of Bolo Stick. So from what I understand, you changed it and took it to a residential product?
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
There was a need to prevent unwanted entry into classrooms. Obviously, with the active shooter surge, we're averaging almost 40 of those a year in the United States, which is terrible.
Horrible.
But when I started looking at it, it's not just good for classrooms and offices. It's also going to protect you against a residential break-in.
Right.
Obviously, I mean, we're looking at 2.5 million residential break-ins yearly. That's
Wow.
like 4,800 a day.
And unfortunately, today's climate, home security, and just increase in crime is kind of on the uptick. So home security is more important than probably ever before. And people want to feel comfortable in their home, I'm sure.
Who doesn't want to feel safe at night? I mean, we trust our alarm systems, we trust our dogs to bark, we trust we trust these deadbolts and chain latches and such.
Yeah, I have all those things.
Sure. A lot of them though are, number one, costly.
Okay.
And number two, not as effective as I believe our product to keep people out. So
yeah, let's talk a little bit about your new residential product.
Okay.
As you have Bolo Stick. What does it have a name?
So
or?
it is a Bolo Stick door barricade device. The new one we've come out with is just the Bolo Stick residential.
Okay.
We've altered it just a tad because in the schools the doors open outwards for a natural egress out of a classroom, out of a public space.
All right.
So we needed to drill all the way through the door to be able to make it accessible for first responders to disengage it. In your home, you don't have the same feature. You have an inward swing door. So all you have to do is prevent against an inward force.
Okay.
So we don't have to drill through completely through the door. It's mounted on the inside. So we've changed a few little things. Same strength values, same materials. 1045 cold rolled steel. You're not going to bend it, break it, or harm it in any way.
So we're just talking about just no high tech, no
high
no
tech.
electricity, no batteries, no nothing. Just plain old simple.
You buy it, you install it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to break or go wrong.
Yeah.
You don't need power. There are no electrical components. Once it's installed, it's yours for life. If you break it, I'll give you a new one. I have no problems with that, but I've never had to give one out yet. So
this is kind of a great home protection. In addition, that's pretty much going to be unbreakable. If they were to get past a security system or a deadbolt or anything like that. This is the ultimate, stop.
It prevents the door from being able to be forced open. We saw a lot of it when I was on duty as a police officer. We saw a lot of like smash and grabs, if you will. They wait for people to go to work, go to school, knock on the door, nobody answers, they kick the door. Because your deadbolt and your latch set are really only going into the wood frame about a half to 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And it's
not.
Exactly. It's a false protection. I mean,
exactly.
It's the
One swift kick.
Honest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a deadbolt's all fine and dandy, but I mean, there's just sometimes a half a piece of wood because you're drilling into the 2x4 or a piece of trim. So when you kick that deadbolt's just ripping right through the trim.
It rips through the wood. And
people
don't realize that.
So it's more or less a bolt that attaches to the bottom of your door. Give us a description.
Sure. So it's a three parts to the Bolo Stick device. It's got a 5.5 half-inch round safety pin, solid steel.
Okay.
It's got a 1x3 solid steel safety mount that goes on your door.
All right.
And then there's a flanged anchor that goes into your flooring.
So it goes right into the floor.
Correct.
All right, so it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
If you get through that door, it's coming off the hinges.
Right.
All
That is
right,
true.
that's cool. That's cool. I mean, and how simple. I mean, to get that much security and be that effective in something that simple. I mean, I've showed houses. I mean, I remember the days where I walked down in the basement or the egress and ingress coming out, those big metal doors, and see those big metal, 90-degree, anchors where you put a 4x4 on that I'm trying to lift off that's, pried in there. So literally, I've seen people in their own homes go to that extent to try to secure a door, which is just not very...
Well, it's not effective.
Yeah,
If you want a one-step operation, it's
maybe
simple to
effective,
use.
but, not ideal.
Well, right. It may be effective, but not ideal. I mean, because let's face it, we're getting older.
Yeah.
And our parents are out there, and we have older people that still living in their homes. That's not something they're going to be able to do.
So are there specific entry points, that senior citizen or anybody, that basement door or that man door going into the garage or your front door, is it ideal for all points of entry? Or?
Any point of entry. I mean, statistically, I think the front door is used in 34% of all home break-ins.
There you go. He's a specialist, guys.
So I'm just
statistics.
I'm throwing numbers.
This is why we brought him in today, because you're just very knowledgeable on it. You're successfully created these Bolo sticks and these techniques. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
I just think it's a very effective system, and it's easy for everybody to use. There's no complicated instructions. Installation is easy, use is easy, and it'll give you the protection you need to sleep sound.
Awesome. We're going to talk more about this because we can talk about it, and people may be scratching their heads like, I think we should do a sample, get a product in.
Let's do it.
You have a link, right? That actually has a...
Yeah, if you just go to our website, bolostick.com, we have a number of frequently asked questions. We have videos. Feel free to peruse the site.
Yeah. And we're going to actually, we'll put that link in this post today. Watch that video. You can actually see it, in action, how effective it is. Yeah. We're going to talk more about this. We're going to talk more about home security. And he's going to be our expert here moving forward. So excited.
Look forward to working with you.
Anything to leave us with?
Be safe, be smart. That's all.
Be safe, be smart. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Another segment of Keep It Real with Coldwell Banker, EvenBay Real Estate.